One, I just want to tell you my impression of you. I liked your team, and there's a lot of reasons I like your team. One, you play hard. Two, you've got great length and you used it. You know, I'm not a big believer in 7-footers as much as I'm a believer in guys that can play big. And you're not big, but you play big. You play long, and I think a lot of the reasons you won tonight is your length more than anything else. I'll tell you a little bit of my philosophy that I think you also did pretty well. I don't think good teams can become special teams unless they pass the ball. And too many players today don't trust the pass. They want to be a me guy and not a we guy. And you don't win big in basketball unless you're a we. Unless you're we, not only we, but we must dominate your daily habits, your off-the-court habits, and then especially in the game habits. Because when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, it's about we trusting each other, becoming men, making you feel stronger because you're a team. When I've coached good teams, it's always been amazing to me how 5 guys can feel like 6 guys. And when you play a bad team, how 5 guys look like there's 3 guys out there. And you did a good job. You had a game that I thought was a mental game a little bit. You're playing a team that's struggling, talent-wise, you're better than them. But, they played and gave you a fight. And that's not ever going to change. What I'm amazed about, especially in the NBA and even in college, like Colorado's beating Arizona. I know Tad Boyle really well, and I'm excited they might beat Arizona. And Colorado doesn't have the skills or talent that Arizona has. If you play the Ram the right way, the game will give you things. It'll give you some reward. It'll give you some energy. It might not be an NBA season, but it might be your wife. It might be a mentor or a friend for the rest of your life. My greatest decision in my life was I went to North Carolina. And I got to be coached as a basketball player by a man, Dean Smith, who you all know. But he's a better coach of men. He's a better coach of people. Dean Smith was very proud of me as a player. But he has Supreme Court justices. He has doctors. He has lawyers. He has all types of people that he's just as proud of as being successful in basketball. And the one thing I think I'll end with and maybe answer some questions for you is a lot of you guys had aspirations to be in the league, and some of you guys are. In my mind, I don't watch you a lot, but there's some you guys will be prospects. But understand, the game of basketball. Too many players in college want to be a star or a scorer in pro ball. There's not that many of them. There's about 500 jobs in the NBA. And about 450 of them is figuring out what you can do in the NBA game. Not what you think you can do, but what you can do. Because as a coach, I want my players to be able to be good, but never bad. But players want to be special. They want to be, most of you guys go to the NBA, you don't get an opportunity to go one-on-one. You don't get an opportunity to shake and bake. That's given to the 20 or 30 or 40 great players. So you got to figure out where you fit. And what you're doing now is learning how to play the game. Because you go to the NBA, you might have a low post offense. You might have a pick and roll offense. You might have a gap offense. You might have all types of players. You might have a great point guard, or you might have a great big guy. It comes in different packages. The whole thing is habits are being formed by you. What I get amazed at in high school and college is players don't think you have to have habits. You gotta have habits, and your habits is come to the gym to get better every day, get smarter every day, and be a good teammate. If I ever coached college, I'd probably, because I got in pro ball so much about talking about being a good teammate. Because in the NBA we got money, we got ego, we got all types of crap, pulling players away from being a we and being a me. And so you put up with agents, you put up, and then personnel and player and management. There's all types of crap. And the truth of the matter is, a good coach in the NBA can take the locker room and keep the crap out of it. Okay, Now, don't get me wrong. When you go out the gym and out the door, there's going to be crap. You can't control that in the NBA. But I can. The good coaches, I said in the NBA, control the crap and keeping that out of the locker room.